Here we go. Well, good morning, everybody, and I want to thank you for joining our webinar for our February sponsorship for marketing. The theme for this month's campaign is kitting and fulfillment, which seems to be the hot topic right now for all of our owners and distributors. We've got 4 different sponsors for this month's campaign, including TechWeld. We've got Dan Jenny and Ray Rodriguez from TechWeld. We've got Julie Straub from Hit Promo, Nathan Cordier and Corey Cardinal from PCNA, and then Lori Bolton and Sarah Goshgarian from Logomark. All 4 of these suppliers have joined us this month for the marketing campaign and have supplied product and marketing assets to help us with that campaign. So I'm going to give each of the suppliers a chance to discuss the products that they chose for our marketing campaign this month, and then talk a little bit about what each of their companies can do in terms of kitting, whether it's pre-built kits or ones that you can custom put together with your rep from each of these companies. So with that, I will turn it over to Dan and Ray from TechWeld to talk about their products.
Awesome. And you can give me screen share privileges.
Go ahead and down at the bottom, you can click on the present now.
Tell me when you see, or I could.
Yep, you're good.
Everyone can see?
Yes.
All right. Ray, do you want to start? You want me to start and then you can jump in, or what's that? You're on mute, Ray.
I thought we already talked about this.
All right. So the key is here is I'll start real quick and then Dan turn over. You know, kitting. I know we always say that we love kidding around because that's what we do a lot. You got to use that in a lot of different ways. You know, you've got to be kidding me. Stop kidding around. You know, the key is here is putting one item together with another item. Putting something in something is a kit. I don't care if it's multiples or one. So don't make it any more difficult than it needs to be. So we're going to show you the progression of kitting, and then we'll talk about some ideas at the end. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. So, to reiterate, anything basically that's more than one item can be considered a kit, and with TechWeld anyway, it can be customized. We have hundreds of, which I'll show a summary slide at the end, but hundreds of different stock kits. So when you go to tech kit section on the website, or you go to lunch boxes, or you go to the custom boxes, or you go to the tech booklets, all of those we consider kits. And what we've done the past couple of years, I guess, is made it so that you can kit almost everything in our line in one way or another. So we have multiple different vessels for kitting. I'm going to go through a few here just with a little visual too. I want to talk mainly, but just as a visual here. What I did here is there were specific curated collections that we submitted, right, Melissa?
Yes.
For office, for drinkware, and for PPE or whatever. But we were just here to discuss, I guess, one section of them. So the office and back to work kit. So what you can see here is just a variety of items that can be kitted and with different types of packaging vessels. The over to your right here, you have your pillow pouches with your Shadow and your Crew brands, and those are a full color, full coverage cardboard sleeve, and you can insert any number of items that will fit in there. So we have, like I said, a bunch of variety of stock kits available, but you can switch things out and add in, you know, something else if you wanted. If you wanted a lip balm here instead of a phone wallet or whatever, you can do that. But there's just so many different options available. Like I said, you know, whether it's custom or the stock. The curated collections that I'll jump into, this is an example. I believe this on the left, this HubSpot, actually, right here. That's the kit that I believe we sent out for everybody for the campaign, and it is mask, touchless key, clean key tool, the sanitizer, the wipes, and a postcard in this Eva bag. This is what one of our more popular kits are being put into right now. It's a pretty standard size, and you can do a full color decoration label on it, or you can do a direct print on it. And what it is, it's just very useful for putting any number of products in there. It's been used, of course, in 2020 for PPE kits mainly. But there's a variety of different items we can put in there. And like I said, the PPE has been the biggest seller, obviously, the past year or so. Ray, before I jump on, you want to jump to the next
75,
slide?
yeah. Usually it's 75 minimums. We dropped a lot of our minimums on our kits from 150 to 75. And that kit right there, the $12, the one that you received is the $12 on a C range. That includes all your decoration on every item, including a postcard that's both sides full color. So you get your message across. You could put a QR code on there for more educational purposes on CDC guidelines, whatever. But the key is here is, let's say you go to Dan or myself and say, I need to get down into the $11 range for the kit. Then we could look at taking out one of the items and just altering it that way. So just because you see one of our items online, and if it's close to your budget, it's a matter of having a discussion with someone at TechWell, primarily Dan, myself, or one of the key account managers, and see if we could do something in order to get there. Or you might say they don't need a hand sanitizer, they're looking for something else, and you're going to send me something from another supplier to put it in there. We could do that as well.
And yeah, a perfect example, Ray, like you were saying, is getting into that certain budget range. There was something later this past year. They needed 15,000 kits, and they wanted this type of thing, but their budget was around $900 or $950. So they didn't need the mask. Took out the mask, put in a bandage dispenser, a couple other things. The only thing you got to be careful of, obviously, and that's why we have a variety of packaging vessels, is if it's going to fit properly in the kit. So I know we only got about 15 minutes total here, so I'm going to move on. Lunch boxes. These are a phenomenal way to kit and package things. You can use them on their own, of course, and then do your own kitting and packaging. But what they're super popular with for us is drinkware. Ray's got an example there, and that's one of our newer stemless tall wine flutes. But so we have these plastic trays that are form-fitting for a lot of our drinkware, or you can just do the crinkle paper in there, and that gives you a little more freedom to do whatever you want. But again, we have a lot of stock on the website. But if you want this lunchbox kitting with a certain drinkware and something else thrown in, you just let us know, and then we just quote it out pretty much on the spot. So I mean, it's easy enough to go through that. And like I said, lunchboxes are kind of a hip retro way to kit almost anything, especially new hire kits, very popular for room drops, for events or golf tournaments. They're very popular for too, because they'll actually keep the box after instead of throwing the bag away that they're getting stuff in. So again, we're hearing all the time, kits can be so confusing. I promise you they don't have to be. It's a matter of just a 3 or 4 step process. So you just choose your budget and your demographic that might be most suitable. So you're going to come into it knowing your client has about $10 to spend, and they're in technology, and it's a lot. They're giving it to their employees, not their customers. So you got to know your demographic in your industry. Choose the kitting or packaging vessel, which I'm going to jump over to the website for a second too after this to show you. But you got that Eva zipper pouch, which is that first one. You have lunch boxes. You have custom e-flute boxes. We have also tech booklets, which I'm going to jump into real quick. And then again, that's going to allow you to place whatever items you want into the correct vessel so it fits properly. And then you choose your products. And this is something to keep in mind also. We get asked this a lot. Say you want to do a kit that we have, and you want to change it up a little bit, but we don't have the product. You want to send something in from PowerStick or something like that, a nice, battery charger, a phone charger or something, then that's fine. We can just, a small insertion charge, you're talking 12 to 15 cents per kit, per item, and then you send it into us, and then we will kit it. So it doesn't have to be all of our product. As long as we're getting the packaging vessel and some of the product. Of course, if it's apples to apples, we want to, have our product included. But Ray, did you want to add anything to that?
No, just like I said, make it simple. The most important thing to ask is, like Dana says, is the budget. Mm-hmm. And budget and who is it going to? If you know those two things, you could start whittling things down. And then you could either get very creative and go off the wall depending on the budget, which we could do all kinds of crazy kitting with packaging and so on and so forth. or just focus on that. You know, you could do a kit for $5, $6 on our site. I mean, it's just, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get into a kitting program.
Right.
So.
Hold on a second. Let me just show one more thing here. The tech booklets. Ray loves these. I do too, because they're pretty unique here. Let's go. There we go.
I'll show them. I'll start talking about it while you're showing it.
Yeah.
But basically,
you have one there. So if you haven't seen these, they're just basically a nice combination of print and promo. So we get a full color front and back. You get a single fold or a bifold, which gives you the 2 panels or the 3 panels, and anything relatively flat can go inside there. So if someone's obviously more apt to read something if they get a little prize or a product inside, that Ace one that Ray is showing is extremely popular right now. It's got the little touchless clean key tool in there, and we have a lot of stock designs as well. For example, this awareness, if you can see over here on the right, awareness tech booklet for breast cancer awareness, and some of these others, you got flu symptoms, and then you got some custom ones here, such as the sanitizer and with the Stop and Shop or whatever, but anything relatively flat. So you're talking sanitizers, the lip balms, microfibers, phone wallets, coasters, magnets, anything relatively flat goes very well. And then if you wanted to go with a stock option, such as right over here, don't drink and drive. So we have the standard copy already to go in there, and then you just drop your client's logo right on the front cover here. A lot of times these are great for sheriff's department, police department, schools, that sort of thing. And then you don't have to worry about coming up with all the copy. But you can also do it completely custom and then come up with the copy, the artwork, and everything, and then lay it out on our template, and we go from there. So you got 2 different options. But again, if you got somebody that's always handing out literature, brochures, anything, it's a great option. You're talking just $2 or $3 sell on these. So yeah. And then our whole tech kit section I was talking about, we got 160 standard kits plus all of your custom boxes available. And these also can be considered for packaging and kits.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, I think that we're probably at time.
Just a couple minutes. We can give time if anybody has any questions for the guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can send this little 5-pager PowerPoint over if you want to, Melissa, just so people can refer to those 3 steps and whatever else. But let me stop sharing. But yeah, so I know I hate we only got the 15 minutes, but I wanted to get the gist across there. And anybody that has any questions, please let us know. One more thing, I think.
Dan, I'd like to say one more last thing here.
Go ahead.
You know, again, remember, guys, kitting is putting one thing inside of something or together. So one of the things that I consider a kit is our direct mail pieces, all right, which we actually do a postcard size in an envelope, a USPS approved envelope. And then as you can see here, this has a webcam cover attached to it. Very popular item because a lot of people staying at home, right? Here's something that Wild Wings did to get people back in the restaurant. They sent a coaster saying, come in, get a free appetizer. And we could actually do, like I said, both sides as a printed piece. So keep that in mind. And we could do the whole drop ship for you for 76 cents postage and upload your list right into our computer and do the whole thing ourselves.
Hey, Ray, are you guys offering any kind of specials on drop ships right now?
Yes. Yes, our standard drop ships are $8 net, but that we found that to be a little unreasonable this past year, seeing that almost every project we were doing was being drop shipped. So it's kind of a case by case basis, but we can drop that to 4 or 5 anyway. Sometimes, depending on the case quantities or what you're doing, it can be dropped down even further. So that'll be a case by case. It's not it's $4 for everything, because we have a lot of variety. Again, a lot of variety of kits, sizes, case packs, and all that. So we encourage you, and that's why I just shared this too. I will send over to you, Melissa, also our regional roster, because everybody, there's Ray and I on a national level, of course, but then all of our regional managers are getting full credit for all of the AIA owners and affiliates within their territories. So they're eager to help you as well. So we can send that information over just so you can get to know your regional managers.
Give you a quick case history that we just did 6,000 lunch boxes and we charged $2 a drop. So, so we could really be flexible depending on the quantity and stuff.
Yeah.
Very cool. Paula Pirelli had asked a question in the comments and asked about self promos.
Yes.
Jessica jumped in and said self promos are EQP less 50% with a waived setup charge on about 90% of the items that Techgold carries.
Correct.
So in doing a self promo, a drop ship, a mailer, some kind of a kit, talk to Dan and Ray, and they'll work with you on getting that set up.
And Melissa, you'll have a count as to who was on this, correct?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm sending also a little special for a 50-piece free self promo on a limited number of items for everybody that was on this. So we just want to get our product in your hands. And also, of course, the kitting and packaging aspect of it. Let us know any question that you might have. And yes, sweet for the
Perfect.
I want to give a kudos out to Joyce, who's driving and eating and multitasking. True salesperson on the road.
Hopefully dodging people and signs. And
horns in the background, but
yeah.
Nice.
Well, thank you
thanks,
everybody
guys.
for having us, and looked like we had a nice crowd. Thank you, Melissa, for putting this together. And anything we can do to help, of course, just let us know. I will send over our contact info and our this little quick PowerPoint and the regional manager information to Melissa, and she can distribute that.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys, for taking some time and for your sponsorship this month of our marketing campaign.
You got it. It's our pleasure.
you got it.
Cool.
Thanks,
All right.
IA.
Thanks. We're going to jump off, Melissa.
Sounds great.
All righty. Bye, everybody.
And I saw Julie is already on and ready to roll. So with that, I will turn it over to Julie Straub with Hit Promo. They're also one of our sponsors this month. Julie's going to talk about some of the products that they added to some of our pre-built kit product collections. And then each of our suppliers was given one dedicated product collection on our websites for products that you could put together to easily come up with a kit for a number of different themes. So Julie will talk about that. So Julie, if you're on with us, you can go ahead and get started.
I am. Alrighty. Let me do this. Get my screen set up. Alrighty. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Yep, perfect. All right. Well, thank you for the intro, Melissa, and thank you all for joining me for an overview of the HIT kitting and gift handling program. So due to the popularity of kitting and drop shipping since the pandemic started, we've created a dedicated team within HIT that can handle all aspects of a kitting project. From stock kits to custom kits and drop shipping, we've got you covered. It's all about creating that perfect unboxing experience. As we know, people are still attending conferences, meetings, and trade shows, but they're doing so virtually. So we have a comprehensive selection of items and kits to keep attendees motivated and engaged during all of these online events. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about 3 different product categories in regard to the curated kits that we have already set up for you online. The first category is office and tech. So with so many people working from home, desktop real estate has become even more valuable, and savvy marketers are taking advantage of this and targeting people in their homes. So we have a selection of curated desktop kits to fit any need or occasion, and price points as low as $9.99 and up to $36. A couple that I like on this slide here that I wanted to call out over on the top left, the home office essentials. I just think this is a fun little kit. You get the charging cable, which lights up in these fun colors. We actually call that one the disco cord. Then we've got the phone stand, you get a pen, and then you get this 3-port charging hub that has sticky notes and flags on the inside. So you get all of that for $16.99 on a C. That does include a 1-color imprint on all the items. And then we can ship those out to as many different addresses as you may need. Another kit that I like is down on the bottom right. So the On-the-Go Tech Essentials kit. And this is a great one to keep in mind for maybe that hybrid type worker that does a few days at home, a few days in the office, because they get the car charger, you get earbuds and charging cables, and then you get a phone wallet. And we package all of those items inside this little zippered case. So it's really easy for them to take them from place to place. The next category we have are PPE kits, and we have over 20 stock kits to choose from, ranging in price from $250 to $20, which gives your client options in any different budget. couple of my standouts on this slide, again, on the top left, the at the office PPE kit. I think this is perfect for maybe a couple months down the road when people do start going into the office on a regular basis, because you get a hand sanitizer, you get a pair of vinyl gloves, a 3-ply cotton mask, and a reusable thermometer. And again, we package all of these inside the zippered pouch, so it's a great way to keep everything organized. And then directly across from that on the right, the wellness value kit. So if you're looking for something $6 and under, this is a great option because what you get here is a hand or a sanitizing wipe, a disposable mask, a pair of gloves, and we package these inside of a phone case. So that's something that's a little bit different. And when you take those items out, you can actually put your phone in the case and keep it clean and germ-free when you're out and about. The other kit I wanted to highlight on this slide is right here in the middle. We've got our dye sublimated mask and antimicrobial pouch kit. So what's cool about this, if you're not wearing your mask, you can store it in that bag and keep it clean and germ-free. But I also wanted to call out the mask itself if you're not familiar with it. This mask for $3.50 on a C by itself includes full color dye sublimated graphics. So if you have a customer that has a full color logo or likes to be creative and do fun things with their artwork, this is the mask to go to, because that $3.50 on a C includes up to 4-color process, edge-to-edge printing. There's no additional charge for those. Next, moving into drinkware sets. So whiskey, bourbon, and wine are all having a moment. Is that pandemic related? I don't know. But at any rate, these kits did really well for us in the fourth quarter, but I don't want you to peg them as just a fourth quarter gift. These are great gifts to give all year long for virtual happy hours, for employee motivation, and employee engagement. One thing I wanted to point out about these kits too is the packaging. So the boxes are really nice, high quality boxes with a magnetic closure. They have laser cut foam inserts. So all of the items inside fit very nicely into that foam. So when it gets opened up, again, it's all about creating that unboxing experience. Everything looks nice and neat. You get a box full of all this fun stuff. We also offer the option of printing on the top of the box as well. Two of the other sets on this slide, the perfect pair gift set over here. This pairs up our two top selling drinkware items, our Himalayan tumbler and our Swiggy bottle. Both are double wall insulated, high quality, 24 hours cold, 12 hours hot. So we paired those together and you get those in the nice little gift set. And then down in the bottom right corner, we've got our campfire mug stuffer. What I like about this one, the campfire mug sells really well for us, and I like that it's paired up with a food item. So we've actually got 8 different food stuffers that you can choose from, and then your customer also has the option of choosing the bow color. All right, I wanted to point out as well, many of our curated kits do have the individual drop shipping costs available right on our website. So for example, this perfect pair gift set, if you pull that up on the website and scroll down to the bottom of the product information, you'll see this little blurb here, which tells you the individual drop shipping cost is $17.30 on a G per piece. And that includes fulfillment, mailer packaging, and shipping. So that's your all-in cost. There's no additional drop ship fee for that. And that's shipping on our account. So I wanted to call that out because, we all work crazy hours, right? Sometimes working at 10 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning. So we put this information on our website so you have it at our fingertips. Oop, did I just get kicked off?
You did, but you can just represent your screen. It should work.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
Actually, you are still presenting. You just need to put yourself back into presentation.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
There we go. Huh.
Can you click on slideshow at the top?
Let's see. No, it says it's downloading the presentation.
Oh.
Which is really odd because it's already downloaded. All right, let me try this. Let me just close out PowerPoint. Not letting me do that.
I can share your presentation too if that helps.
Okay, yeah, I think we might need to do that.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. slides. Just zip through to where we left off.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, go back 2 slides. Okay, yeah, here's where we left off. And so you'll just click for me when I'm ready to advance.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So just again, to recap this, guys, sorry about that, but the point I was making is that we put this information on the website so you have it right at your fingertips, whether you're trying to quote a client, 6 in the morning, 10 o'clock at night. You don't have to wait for us to get you the pricing. This isn't available on all the products, but it is there for a majority of the curated kits. Okay, so moving on. Moving into the custom kits, and the focus here, as Melissa said at the beginning, is on employee appreciation ideas. And I wanted to point out that Employee Appreciation Day is March 5th, so that's right around the corner. So it's a great time to reach out to your clients to find out if they are working on any employee appreciation events and get these ideas into their hands. So next, so I know custom kitting can be intimidating, but don't let it be. HIT has products in all major industry categories, and we really do make it as easy as 1, 2, 3 for you. So I kind of highlighted the steps here. 1, you and your customer, you choose the products that they want kitted together. Your kitting fee is 20 cents net per item, and then you would contact me for your all-in item shipping and fulfillment costs. So, and there's other options that we have for our drop shipping as well, and I'm going to cover those in a couple slides after we talk about product. All right, so what I did with these products that I chose for the customized kits it's a selection or kind of a mix of top sellers and new products that are standouts for me. So on this slide here, we've got on the left there the Himalayan tumbler, we've got the 3-ply mask, the Cantastic, and then the sanitizer with the carabiner. And then also we've got the HIT Sports Pack down here. So all top sellers, these all are great ideas for employee appreciation. And keep in mind bags. Those are a great way to be the vehicle for the items that you're kitting inside. So next, we've got some more drinkware options here on this slide, starting on the left with the Campfire mug, which I already mentioned is a top seller. And just so you know, these would be packaged inside a mug mailer in your kit to prevent any type of breakage during shipping. We've also got our Vinay wine tumbler, which is a top seller. And then here in the middle, we've got our online meeting ring light. So you guys, this is our phenomenon item for 2021. That's what we're calling it. It's the perfect tech item for all the Zoom meetings, the Google Meets, FaceTime, selfies, etc. And I'm going to pop mine up on my computer right now so that you can see the difference that it makes. So it really brightens up your face, makes you look your best for your Zoom meetings. So keep those ring lights in mind. And then lastly on this slide, we've got our 6962, which is a great little notebook, 60 pages for $2.50 on a C, and then our Malibu sunglasses for $1.75. And both of those come in a nice variety of colors that you have to choose from to coordinate with client logos as you're choosing your items. Next, a couple more items here. So over on the left, the collapsible stainless straw. This is still doing well for us. I like this version because it's got the case. So when you're not using the straw, you can keep it in the case and keep it clean. And then next, we've got our antimicrobial satin pen. So this is actually part of an entire collection of antimicrobial products that we added to our line. And what we did here is we took our top 20 selling high-touch products and added them with the antimicrobial finish. So a nice tie-in for the pandemic that we're going through. Keep those in mind. And then we've also got our blue light blocking glasses, which have been very popular. Those are great for protecting your eyes from all the blue light that emanates from your computer screens. We actually added 5 new colors on those as well, and those are up on the website and will be in stock early March. Below that, we've got our 3-port hub. We talked about that a few slides ago. And then we've also got the 3-in-1 charging buddy, which is a great desktop item. And then the last slide with product, starting on the left again, the 2200 mAh power bank. So power banks are always a great go-to. Everybody can use those. And this particular version, being that it's metal and not plastic, just has a nicer high-end look to it. the auto vent utility clip. So this is new, and I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on this. So you take that, you pop it up into the vent in your car, and you can use it to hang your mask off of when you're not wearing it. But you can use it for non-PPE products too. So think your sunglasses, an air freshener, or your earbuds. Over on the right, the Harvest lunch set. So the Harvest collection is part of our eco line, and this has been doing really well for us. This is a new lunch set that we brought in, and I love the bamboo lid. I think it really elevates the look of the product, and you get all that for $4.50 on a seat. And then down in the bottom row, we have our COB pop-up lantern. So COB lights continue to be big sellers. In this particular version here is multifunction. So you have on the top kind of your SOS emergency flashing lights. You can pull it up from the top and expose the COB bright light, or you can turn it on its side and use it like a traditional flashlight. So a lot of different uses for that one. And then we've also got our bamboo soy candle. This is a great item. I love that it's all natural because it's made of bamboo and soy. It's great for tying in with relaxing, obviously a perfect employee appreciation item. And so this slide here is kind of a recap and a few additions to what the services are that we're offering in our gift handling program. So we talked about individual drop shipping, no limit on those. In fact, I can tell you guys about a 50,000 piece drop ship order that we handled back in December. So, you know, there's no limit to the number that we can handle for you. The magnetic closure gift boxes, which I talked about, are available on select sets. We're also offering you one price for the kitting, the fulfillment, and the shipping with no additional drop ship fee when we're shipping on our account. The kitting fee, as I mentioned, is 20 cents net per item, and that applies to items that are decorated in Florida. I wanted to point that out to you because we do use subcontract vendors that are located in other states. And in those scenarios, say for example, we do have one that's in Indiana. If your customer chose an item that's produced in Indiana, there will be additional shipping fees to get the items from Indiana to Florida for kitting, but the kitting cost won't change. It'll be 20 cents net per item, regardless of where that product is decorated. We offer crinkle paper and tissue to, you know, enhance the packaging experience. And then we also have insert cards available for as low as 22 cents net, and that includes full color and print on both sides. And so just to recap this, guys, we're here to handle any of your custom kitting or stock kitting needs. And just think of me as your resource. Any questions, anything you need to know about custom kitting, just reach out to me and I'm happy to help you out. Like I said, once you pick your products, I'll help you get that all-in price and make it really easy for you to quote your client. Appreciate the relationship and the partnership with AIA, and I thank everyone for joining me today, and I thank you for your support.
Awesome. Thanks, Julie. That's really great.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Cool. Well, that is what HIT has to offer. And next on deck, we've got Nathan and Corey from PCNA to talk about what options they have to offer and which items they chose for the kits. Nathan, I'll turn it over to you.
Melissa. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you all for jumping on today. Let me work on the getting presented here. Melissa, can you see me now?
Nathan, Paula, I will have Julie reach out to you about kitting to answer your questions that you didn't get to. Sorry, Nathan, go ahead.
That's okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes. Perfect. So again, thanks for jumping on today. I will make this probably a little shorter than some of those that preceded me. I wanted to start kind of one level higher and talk a bit more very quickly about kind of why obviously kitting is so important. So there's really four big themes that we see in the marketplace today that are really driving a lot of the decisions that we made and a lot of the kitting information that I'm going to share with you all in just a moment. So I want to take about 30 seconds to cover those, and these will all kind of tie back in to what it is that I'm going to talk to you about. So first of all, obviously, life is very virtual now. I mean, that's not a shocker to anybody. There are really no events going on. Certainly, we all hope that there will be more events going on as the year progresses, but not a lot of those happening at the moment. Health conscious, obviously, we're all into masks and and antimicrobial and those sorts of things. Also, the fitness trend. I don't know if any of you spend any time in the gym or anything like that, but there's no fitness equipment really available out there at all because everybody's bought it up because you can't go out. It's not necessarily the best thing to go out into those places right now. So on top of just the germ protection, the fitness area is very important to us. Practicality, one of the big shifts that we're seeing in business right now, and again, I promise this will tie back into what we're going to talk about with kitting, is the fact that we're seeing people move to a higher end product. They're moving to a product that they know the recipient is going to like. We're seeing a shift away from, less expensive and more into something that people are going to enjoy when they get it, not open up the box or the container or whatever sort of packaging it comes in and go, yeah, okay, great. We're seeing people in some cases ordering less, in some cases ordering less frequently, but going with a higher end product. And then ultimately, obviously, family focus. I think we're all a bit more focused on our family as this pandemic has gone on. So what PCNA introduced, I found it kind of humorous as we all kind of talk through this, that we all have our own little catch name for these. But what PCNA introduced was a program called Perfectly Packaged. And what Perfectly Packaged is it's a way for us to take product and kit it together and deliver it in a really nice, simplified package with a custom message from your client to the ultimate recipient. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what Perfectly Packaged is and what it is that you get with that. But the simple part of this is $8 on a G per box. Doesn't matter how many items go into it. So there's not a need to add on X amount per item or anything like that. That includes your drop ship fees and includes everything that I'm about to talk about. And then we are offering a flat rate shipping as well to make this a little bit easier for you all to be able to calculate what it is that what the cost is going to be overall for for the package that you're putting together. So what goes into a perfectly packaged package? I know that's a bit wordy, but perfectly packaging, the perfectly packaged includes obviously the box. It includes a custom message card. So we will print your message card for you that will go in the box. It can be a thank you gift. It can be a message from an employer to employees. It can be a lot of different things. We will print that custom card for you and make it up. We're doing one type of paper. We want to try and make this process as simple as we could. We're doing a basic tissue paper. We're doing it in navy or gray. All you have to do is indicate that on your order. And it becomes very, very simple. I do applaud some of my predecessors that were on here in shipping packages contained in something that people will ultimately keep. We chose to go with a box made out of recycled paper. The paper on the inside is recycled as well. Both items are recyclable at the same time. So it's made from recycled paper. Yet you can also, this product can be recycled once people are done using it.
Hey, Nathan, quick question. Is
Yeah.
the message card that's included, is that one-sided or two-sided?
It's one-sided.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. We also include a sticker on the outside of the box. So you would provide us the artwork for that. We will share that. We would print that sticker and put that on the box for you. Obviously, then gets delivered out to everybody. I'll talk to you about flat rate shipping in just a second. We all love the fine print, so I just want to make sure that we're completely honest. Perfectly Packaged includes products that originate from Leeds or Trimark. As I mentioned from the beginning, we're really seeing a focus on much higher end product. So that led us away from Bullet There was one exception, which I'll share with you in just a moment, but that led us away from Bullet traditionally for products. We are working on some ways that we can include some products in there, but right now it is Leeds and TriMark. It does take an extra 2 to 3 days production time to do perfectly packaged packages. So just to give yourself a little bit more lead time if we're going to do that. As I mentioned, it's $8 on a G, and that includes the entire any number of products that you want to package in. So there's not, like I said, there's not a fee. That includes all of your insertion fees. That includes your box. That includes your sticker. That includes your card. That includes all of those things that I just talked about are $8 on a G.
Hey, Nathan, can you ship third party on the customer's shipping account?
Absolutely. We can ship this however you want. So if your customer wants us to ship it on their account, that's fine. If you want us to ship it on your account, that's fine. We did offer a flat rate option if you wanted to take advantage of that to make it easier. We're not going to force you to do that. But here are the options for flat rate. And to understand what it is, I think in some cases we can probably all come to the conclusion as to what size box we're going to put together. If you're going to do a small power bank and a pen, we're going to be in a small box. If you want an umbrella and a backpack and a blanket and all of those sorts of things, we're probably going to be in a large box. Quite simply, you can contact any PCNA employee. You can call our 800 number. You can email customer service. You can email Heather, who is your direct contact internally. You can go to your local field sales manager. Any one of our employees, if you tell us what product you want, we can tell you what box it goes in, so that you know exactly what the shipping is going to be if you'd like to use our flat rate shipping. So again, just to be clear, we offer this to make things a little bit easier when it comes to quoting. There's always that and when it comes to freight. My budget is, $50. Okay, the package came to 40, but there's this extra thing. At that point in time, if you choose, you can use flat rate shipping to so that you understand exactly what your budget is going to be. And that way, again, people know exactly what the cost is. I mentioned there was one exception from Bullet. One of the things, obviously, considering what it is that we've talked about thus far, one of the things that I mentioned right off the get-go is how important health is right now. We talked about fitness a little bit, certainly virus protection and those sorts of things. So we are offering a hand sanitizer. It is a blank hand sanitizer, super simple piece that we can include in the package. It is $1.25 on a C. Corey, I believe that's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's $1.25 on a C for the cost of the hand sanitizer. And we can insert that for $1.25 into any of the perfectly packaged packages that you guys may want. Great fancy name, can be hard to explain sometimes. So sorry, it gets a little wordy, the perfectly packaged packages. What we tried to do here was create a pretty simple program, something that was easy for you all to order. I'm going to talk product kits here in just a moment, and I am trying to make this quick because I do know that I have somebody else is going to go after me, and I don't want to leave them too short a time. If you want something that falls out of perfectly packaged, so you want to put a journal book and a bullet item in there with a leads item, or you want to do something like that, let us know. We can absolutely do it for you. We don't always have all the right size boxes to do those things and that sort of stuff. So it may not be the pretty white box. There may not be a card in it, but if something comes up where you need to do products that are not from Leeds and TriMark, let us know. And we can certainly work with you on a one-off basis to accomplish that. So let's talk about kits real quick. And I'm not going to dive incredibly deep into this, but the idea here was to offer you all kits that you could quickly order as a one-off and get out to people. So we talk about work from home essentials. There are a couple things that we all use on an everyday basis. Number one, a lot of us are using some sort of drinking vessel, whether it's a bottle, whether it's something like that. Obviously, we're using pens, we're using journals. We have found an uptick in backpacks. What this stems from is people who are now working from home that don't have a dedicated workspace. A lot of times at the end of the day, they want to pack everything up so that it's not on their kitchen counter or their island or the dining room table or anything like that. So there are 5 packages that we have here, work from home essentials kits. The one on the left is going to be a very basic backpack from us. You're going to have a plastic water bottle in there, pen, journal charger. You're going to be $25 on a C for that package. As we move to the right, we're going to begin upgrading. So we're going to add a copper vacuum insulated tumbler into there. We're going to add a wireless Bluetooth mouse in there. We're going to upgrade your backpack a little bit. We're going to get you to $50 on a C. You move further to the right to the premium package. You're going to do a copper vacuum insulated water bottle now. We're going to upgrade the journal there. We're going to upgrade the backpack again. Those are light up logo Bluetooth headphones that are right there. So you can have a wireless headphone, unlike me, that you could use in the premium package, and you get the $60 on a C. Same thing on the bottom. If you want to do a little bit higher end kit, you can go to a name brand, go to a Thule tech bag that carries all of your tech information or all of your tech gadgets with you. The one on the left, wired earbud charger, you're looking at about $50 on a C. If you want to upgrade, you can go to wireless earbuds on the left-hand side. You can go to a little bit faster charger if you want to do that. And you're going to end up at about $70 on a C. So you've got some options that you can go with there. If the slow the spread kits, 2 versions of that, little compartment, the no touch key, and some face masks. You're looking at just under $11 on a C. You move to the one on the right. We're going to add some hand wipes in there, a small thing of hand sanitizer. You're going to go to about $12.25. So a couple of options there if you do need to get to PPE. Drinkware has been a huge one for us. Again, want to give you a lot of options here. The other thing that I will continue to share with you all is the fact that people are going higher end here. So yes, ceramic coffee mugs, now that people are at home much more often, are becoming much more popular. What we're seeing is high-end drinkware. The Thor set, both copper vacuum insulated, actually comes with a powder coat finish. Looks really nice when it's lasered. Looking at $29 on a C. Want to go to a name brand? What I'll share with you is name brand sales are outpacing the rest of the sales at PCNA. So name brands are popular. You can go to an Arctic Zone, again, tumbler bottle set. There you're looking at $51 on a C. And if you want to go with something sustainable, which is another big trend right now, you can go to Welly. So Welly is a name brand. It is sustainable product. It does have a give back all to go along with it. And you're looking at about $84 on a C there as well. The last thing that I'll mention, and then I have one stat that was a bit mind-boggling to me that I wanted to share with you about kitting and sharing kitting with your clients. We can build any kit that you want. So there's thousands and thousands of products between Leeds and TriMark. So if we don't have a pre-packaged kit that fits exactly what you need, feel free to build whatever you want. I'll share this over with Melissa and team. What I've highlighted here are the top products that are going into kits right now. So I highlighted some of them. The Thule Power Shuttle is actually that little bag that I showed you just a moment ago. The Skull Candy Sesh was in one of the packages I showed you. But if you want to pull those out and package them a little differently, certainly you can feel free to do so. Again, do it perfectly packaged, $8 on the G gets you there. Certainly answer any questions, Melissa. I can answer them once we move off because I know we're running a little long on time. The stat that I'll share with you, PCNA in 2019, we did on specific drop ship orders, PCNA did 82,000 drop shipments in 2019. The first 2 weeks of December 2020, we did 89,000 individual drop ships. I share that for 2 reasons. Number one, if you haven't talked drop ship and kitting with your client, we probably ought to do so. It's an important piece. Number two, I share that to let you know that we've got the capacity to do drop ship kitting and drop ship orders. So please reach out to us. Corey, myself, Heather, again, who's your inside contact. We can help you with any kitting, perfectly packaged orders that you have in any drop shipping. So with that, Melissa, again, I can answer questions, but I know we're running a little short on time, so I don't want to take up that extra time.
No problem. Thank you so much, Nathan. We appreciate you supporting our campaign this month.
Absolutely.
Lots of great things coming from PCNA.
Thanks.
That said, we've got one more supplier to talk about. We've got Sarah and Lori from Logomark. They are our fourth sponsor for this month's campaign. And we will let them talk about their products that they included. And then I will wrap things up and just show you real quick on your websites where these new product collections are going to be featured so you can show your customers. So with that, I will turn it over to Miss Sarah and Lori. You can talk about your products.
Hello, hello. All right, I am going to probably add to a lot of what you've heard already, especially from my predecessors, because we have some similar things, but a little twist on some different pieces as well. So let me share my screen. Let me get here. Perfect. I want to make sure you can see everything. I'm going to flip the screens because I think you're seeing the other one. Am I right?
Nope, we see your presentation. There you go.
Perfect. Big? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So I'm going to start, and I know there was a lot of conversation.
Malka started sharing her screen. Sarah, you can take back over. I'm not sure what happened.
Can you not? Do I need to do anything, Melissa? Do you see mine or no?
No, we see Malka's screen right now. You'll do the same thing you just did. Hover down at the bottom right and click on Present Now. There you go.
We good?
Good.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So to kind of add on to, so we're going to talk about employee welcome kits. And so what we've seen is a lot of employees either going back to work in a number of different forms, but also within their businesses, you know, the need for PPE items, it's just not going to go away. You know, it started in 2020. And so Logomark offers a number of personal protective kits that are already put together. So you've got this one on the far left, and we'll talk about this little pouch a little bit more about how it can get used later. You do get EQP pricing with all of your PPE goods. So I want to make sure that I point that out to everybody to make sure that you know that even on these kits that I share that you do have EQP pricing on them. So these are those nice disposable kits. I know we've seen them from a lot of suppliers. They've been a huge hit for Logomark in trends within hotels, travel, any travel and tourism industry. We're really seeing the need for this. Well, and also real estate. We're also seeing the need for these PPE kits. They do have them in our gym as well whenever we go to the gym. So then that way if people are forgetting their mask or they need this hand sanitizer, this is also a great offering for your customers who need to offer some type of a disposable kit. There's a couple more, and just so you know, so there's a 4-piece, a 5-piece, and then we go 7-piece and 8-piece. So it's just showing you those different varieties here. When I get into the kits with Logomark, so Logomark, if you remember 7 or 8 years ago, we were one of the first that had anything to do with product packaging. So we took that concept of product packaging and expanded it into our kits. So what you're gonna see now, all these items come decorated. They're all inside of the kit. There's no cost for fulfillment. There's no cost for the decoration, meaning that there's not even a setup charge for your one color, one location on all of these items. So it really takes that guessing game out of what should we kit together for your customers, And anytime that you package anything in a box, just the presentation value and that gift feeling that you get from opening that box, it's just, you know, kind of an instant joy, if you will. That's what I always say. It's like your instant joy that you hand over to somebody. So it's got the items listed. They get to choose their pattern. The box is always fully colored, fully decorated. You can add an additional color, like on the string bag here, that would be an additional run charge for that, but everything otherwise would come one color, one location. So it's just some examples here. There's 48 different variations of these kits, and they range in price from $7.99 on a C all the way to $32.99 on a C. So really a lot of different ideas for your customers, depending upon what they're trying to hit from a price point perspective. So here's a few other options. Again, drinkware. So one color, one location, decorated, all comes in the box. You can do a custom box too. So that's another question that we get as well. You can choose to do a custom box. That is where a setup charge would come into play, would be for that custom box. But great if you've got, especially now, a lot of these virtual conference events, let's say there's several sponsors. So where do you put all the sponsor logos? You could always put them on some type of a product packaging box that's going to get opened up, and then you can utilize the logos in that way. So kind of thinking outside of the box of like your t-shirt or apparel. So the items, and I know we get this question often when it comes to the kits, we've kind of, this is, as much as I love to tell people to think outside of the box, this is the think in the box idea. So the items that we've chosen, unless we're out of stock for some reason on something, we will offer some alternatives, but otherwise this is the think in your box idea. So a few others to take a look at. So this, you'll get into your office and your kit, your office and your tech offerings here. So a lot of things that people are starting to utilize at home, much more so. And just a few other ideas. We do have kits too that are already selected that do have the sanitizers that are in them. But for something like that and all of these kits, if you wanted to add a sanitizer to it, definitely something that you could do and that we do offer. I'm going to get into our drop ship program that we offered. I know my predecessor, he talked about what theirs was called. We launched our drop ship and freight solutions program. It's very similar. There are a few things that are a little bit different. I'm going to point out the different things. So you do get to ship inside of the white box. It is free for a limited time if your product value is $35 on a C or more, or $21 net. If you want, I'll do the math for you. So those items that are selected, we've got small, medium, large, and there's an extra large box, so we can help let you know what size box that that those products will fit inside. Brenda Cordes is also on the phone. Brenda is your strategic account rep for AIA. And so you can either reach out to myself, you can reach out to Brenda. She's got the boxes at her desk. We'll make sure that we know what size box that you'll need, and we'll get into that for that flat rate shipping. So it is free right now. Whenever you hit the $35 on a C for your product, that's going to be included. It does include the sticker on the outside that's a fully printed logo. Our custom note card can be printed two-sided. I know that was a question previously. Ours can be printed two-sided. And then you get a wider selection of your tissue paper that you want to include. So again, it's another option to create that gift feeling for whenever the customer receives it. If you don't hit that $35 on a C, the cost for this is $6 on a G. So it is a little bit lower. For your freight solutions, we do offer 3 different options. Option 1 will include the two-day air, and then we've got an option 2 for specifically for our gift set collections and then our drinkware items. And then we also offer a 3rd option for shipping, and that's going to be ground shipping. So depending upon what your customer's budget is, again, this is a flat rate solution that we offer from Logomark for utilizing the Logomark shipper number. If your customer is wanting to do drop ships and do them on their number, we did lower our drop rate. It was $5 net, and so it's now $2.50 net per drop ship. So $250 net for us to drop ship on your customers or your shipper number, or we offer this flat rate solution for you as well. Just to, when we think build your own, we have several products that you can build your own with. I kind of put some together that we've even seen and we've presented as we've increased, of course, just like everybody else, the number of drop shipments that are leaving Logomark. I did want to talk about, because I will reiterate, the value that we are seeing of products go out the door has increased tremendously. So there are a lot of higher price points. The other item that I want to make sure that you'll see is Igloo. We did introduce Igloo. That is a new retail line that Logomark is carrying. So we are carrying their drinkware. So for your customers that are looking for the Y brand, yes, we've got Pelican. We also have now Igloo as an offering. So it's double-walled stainless steel insulated tumblers. So I always like to point out Igloo just so that way you know. The other thing with Logomark that we will do, and that it's not pictured on here, but let's say your customer also wanted to include socks, or they wanted to include a beanie. That is something that we would include inside of the kitting as well at Logomark. So there's a small fee. Where we don't want to get into the mud is where, you know, Mike wants a size small for his shirt and Melissa needs a, you know, size medium for her shirt. When it comes to kind of curating sizes, we don't want to get into, but let's say it was a campaign for Red Bull, for example, and everyone's going to get a size large t-shirt. It doesn't matter who gets the box. Everyone gets a size large. We will handle that. But if it's a product that Logomark creates, we don't want to touch it. So just so you know, so that's kind of our hard stop line on items that we would include in kitting. And it's a small fee for that. It's 20 cents net. But other items, especially those apparel pieces, we've got asked for all over the place. So socks, beanies, standard one size t-shirts across the board. Happy to include that in the kitting. Here's some other ideas for your kit. Again, another one of those Igloo pieces and the value that we're just seeing. And already we just launched Igloo in December. It was very popular for Q4 and it's already been super popular in January for Q1 for us. So it's a very popular item. And their warehouse is very close to us. So here's something else. The other things for build your own kits that I always like to mention, notebooks and pens, the value of a higher end pen. And so when we get into our Batoni brand, and that's how Logomark, we kind of got our start. Many people don't have those really nice higher end pens around their house, but it's definitely a pen they want to hang on to. So versus those lower price point pens. So the value of a higher end pen and a notebook at home is huge. Many people were so used to going to the office, so they had their favorite notebooks in their office, they had their favorite pens in their office, but when it comes to working at home, those are definitely items to offer to your customers because they weren't holding them at home, and so it's always kind of an offering. I threw in the sanitizer up here just so you guys know we can add a hand sanitizer to any of our kits. You know, we can add it inside of the water bottle. And again, if we're perfectly packaging, now you've got your water bottle, you have your notebook, your really nice pen, and then a hand sanitizer in there. That smells good, and I will add that. So I think we've all become sanitizer experts. So whenever you go out and somebody asks you to sanitize, I had to go down to the courthouse the other day and they asked me to use their sanitizer. And I pulled my own out because I knew it would smell like alcohol or tires and I did not want to touch it. My hands would be super sticky. So I now carry it everywhere that I go just so in case I have to sanitize before I do anything. So I always like to mention that. So another idea, and again, you're seeing a lot of new drinkware pieces that we've got coming out too, and some of our most popular items. These are all deep inventory items too from Logomark. So new Perka tumbler. Perka is part of a give back program for Logomark as well, Shelter to Soldier. So there is that element in it as well. The neoprene travel case, a lot of times, if you look around your office, it's kind of interesting. You know, what you used to travel with or what you have in your home is just so different. So a place that they can keep their pens or their cords organized. And the utensils, I can't even tell you. I know some of the cafeterias are closed, so great for healthcare, for example. For those that are going into the hospitals, a lot of the cafeterias are closed. So you've got your doctors and your nurses and the other workers that are bringing their lunch. And so you need to have something that you can eat with. And so we're seeing an increase in those bento boxes, the coolers, tons of offerings for coolers, and then anything that has to do with utensil sets. We have seen an increase in the volume of sales that we're getting from those items because many people are bringing their lunches to work more so than they were before. Melissa, how are we on time?
We're okay, but we should wrap it up soon.
Perfect. I'll go just another minute. I'll just show some other ideas that we've got going here from Logomark, a few other offerings. And again, our cooler bags, one of our highest selling categories for Logomark is our drinkware, our writing instruments, and then our cooler bags. And a few others here. When we get into this little bag, and I will note, it's a great bag too if you travel. So once they can travel, it is TSA approved, and that way they can put items inside of that. But I also use my bag for whenever I go to my son's football games or my daughter's volleyball games. We have to have a clear bag. So I utilize this bag for much more than the fact that it's just, you know, what we utilize for this back to work kit, for example. You can purchase the bag on its own as well. But that's a nice little just carrying piece, multifunction, which I think is the other piece that we're looking at is a lot of what's multifunction. So more ideas of items that you guys can put together. Just contact information wise to make sure you guys have it. Brenda and myself, and we'll send it to Melissa. We also have our regional sales managers, and I'll make sure you have the updated map as to who is your regional sales manager in your area. But Brenda is also on the phone here, so if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah.
Back in the saddle after her maternity leave.
Yes. She's
Cool.
10 weeks right now, so.
Oh my goodness. Well, the last thing I want to do is just show you real quick where you guys can find all of these great product collections that our suppliers put together for you on your websites, which are available now. So I'm just going to show you real quick the Upbrandic website. If you go under Idea Center and click on the Make It Your Way Kitting Idea Center, that'll bring up the Idea Center here. Make it your way. We're not kidding. It's that easy. We've got, here's the 3 different product collections for kits that are already put together. Each of our 4 suppliers included kits in each of these 3 different topics. So you can click into these. These are all searchable on your website, so your customers can shop right from these products. And then if you scroll down a little bit farther, each of our 4 suppliers was given a topic that they could build a product collection of ideas for items that would go well together. So for example, employee appreciation, this was from HIT. So these are all the products that Julie had talked about. These are different ideas. All these products can be kitted together for anything other, whatever you want to, but the idea was employee appreciation kits. So all of these items can be kitted together. And again, you can reach out to each of the sales reps or national account managers for each of these companies, and they can help you with all of the kitting. So this is up on your websites. These are available now. If you click on this, go to Idea Center and Make It Your Way Kitting. That is out there on your websites. So that is all we have for you today. I appreciate everybody taking the last little over an hour to join us for our call today. This was recorded, and I will have it up on our YouTube channel later today. If you have anybody on your team that wasn't able to join the call, or you want to go back and check something out again, I will send out the link for that later this afternoon. So with that, I will let you all go and have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.